everybody, today we are talking about seeds and seed packets like these that you can find just about anywhere at the stores. Any store, as a matter of fact, you can find them at the dollar store. But a lot of times the gardeners don't know how much they can extend their gardening season when they need to plant them, how to read the label in the back where it tells you some pretty important information in tiny, tiny writing. And today we are going to talk just about that. I call these packets of joy. If you're interested, stay tuned. My name is Cynthia and I help seasoned and beginner gardeners fall in love with their outdoor spaces and share their passion with the world. It's so overwhelming sometimes, the amount of choices we have of things that we can purchase, seeds that we can plant, and soil types and plant types. I've made a list of my favorite seeds for the new beginner. You can collect and share seeds from native plants or from common foods like tomatoes or from fruits like papaya or watermelon or other kinds of foods and flowers and so on. But today we're not going to focus on those. We're actually going to focus on the seeds that you can purchase at the store. Let's get started. First on the list are zinnias. I love zinnias because they are so showy and colorful, but they can be tall and lanky as well, so that's why they actually make excellent cut flowers. There is another variety called dwarf zinnias that is better for the landscape if you want to use it closer to your border plants or so forth. So I like those quite a bit. And going right along our list, we have an herb, which is cilantro. Another thing that's very useful whenever you are planting and you buy something from a nursery or you buy it from a store is to read the label. They do have pretty nifty information. This back of the card of your little seed packet has plenty of information to give you a head start on what you need to know when you are planting the seed. So right now, I want to go over some of those details. Every little packet gives you some sort of information, and this packet is from American Seeds, and the top of it gives you the description. This is going to give you important details as far as how long it's going to take to germinate, how you're going to plant it, how you're going to space it, and what type of plant it is, and any other pertinent information. So according to this packet, our cilantro is only going to take between 1 and 2 weeks to germinate, which means we're going to have cilantro pretty quickly. Notice on the right side that it says that this is an annual plant. What that means is that it's going to thrive this year, but it's going to die off and not come back. What I really love about cilantro is that it's great for cooking, so you can use the leaves for your kitchen and your culinary experience. But if you let it flower, you can have a self-sowing plant, meaning that those flowers will create seeds, they will drop, self-sow, and then you will have more and more cilantro. And for a beginner gardener, that's instant gratification. Back to our list, we are on to Marigold. And just like zinnias, marigolds are also easy. But when I was reading the packet, I noticed something that I wanted to point out to you. The back of the marigold packet said, sow in a sunny location after the danger of frost, or for earliest blooms, start seeds indoors 4 to 6 weeks before outdoor planting time. Remember when you were in elementary that you did the whole bean thing and you put it in like a little cotton ball in a vase and whatever, and it sprouted, and you did that indoors? Well, it's a similar concept to that. You're going to get your sprouts so that you can get those ready for outdoor. If I was a beginner gardener, I would say, what is the outdoor planting season for my area? You can go to the Department of Agriculture's website, usda.gov. This is only for the United States, and it will give you the plant hardiness zone map for the entire United States or for your state. So I can look up my map for my state and find the hardiness zone for my area specifically. After studying the map, I've determined I'm zone 8B, borderline 9A. Seasoned gardeners know their zones by heart. Like that's one of their, like I am short or petite, I am brunette, I live in zone 8B. So that's just like a gardener knows what zone they're in. If you're a beginner gardener, that's the one thing you can know. And then you can be like, hey, I know my zone, right? So know your zone. What's really cool about knowing your zone is that then you can Google information about that specific plant type and know if it's appropriate for your zone. Back to the seed packet, it told us that we could sow outside after the danger of frost. You're probably going to ask, how do I find out when the danger of frost has passed in my area? And there are websites online where you can find your first and last frost dates by zip code. But one very reliable website is the almanac.com, which is the old farmer's almanac that has been in existence for a very long time. So when I checked my zip code, I discovered that my last spring frost is likely to be somewhere around March 15th. This is based on historical data. And also, I can expect the weather to drop back down around late November. Back to our packet, the last frost would be March 15th. So now I know that I can plant outdoors after March 15th and that I can plant indoors for 6 weeks prior, which would be the first couple weeks of February. Now I've got my dates. Back to our list, the next great one is radish. Radishes are amazing because they take 3 to 4 days to germinate. In a little over 10 days, you'll be able to have radishes that you can make dips like this. That's one way I learned to eat radishes that's different from the raw version. And hey, if you would like to become a blissful gardener, follow us on social media. We are on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, and we are on YouTube as well. So make sure to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that you can get videos every time they are uploaded. Back to our list, my next favorite seeds are Sweet William. Several years ago, my sister-in-law, pictured here in the blue, gifted me a birthday card that had seeds inside for Sweet William. I planted them that year and got beautiful purple flowers, but little did I know that I was going to see them year after year because I learned that they are perennials and they are self-sowing. So they will drop the seeds back to the ground, sow themselves, and come back year after year. And last but not least is sunflowers. I love sunflowers because the seed's so big and it's so good to share with kids. Kids will really understand the cycle of life through sunflowers. And when you're done, you can collect the seeds and use them for the next year. And yes, this is a sunflower that I grew from seed in my garden a couple of years ago. The only downfall is that it's possible that it'll start falling down because it's so top heavy. So there you have it. These are my favorite seeds for beginner gardeners. And if you're a seasoned gardener, please share this video with someone else who is just learning about gardening. And make sure you join us in our community on Facebook so that you too can share Bliss in the Garden.